There's a massive opportunity in 2026 for absolute beginners to start winning commercial painting jobs. And the crazy part is, you don't need any painting skills. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how to land a $10,000 commercial painting job and how you can do it without any painting skills. And I'm gonna show you an AI tool that's gonna help you to continue landing high-paying commercial painting jobs. So you can see behind me, we're ready to paint this building. And the old way to find jobs like this was this. You spend hours designing a business card, and then you go around town and you go business to business, or you find people to hand this business card to, and just hope that you actually land a commercial painting job. But this particular job, as you can see, there's a giant cross up there. This is a church. And churches are typically open only one day a week, on Sunday, when they're having their church services. So how do I do that? Do I walk into the church service and tap the preacher on the shoulder and then hand him the card and say, hey, do you got any painting work for me? I mean, it's just not gonna work out. But there's something about this building I wanna show you. Let's take a walk over here. So here's where the massive opportunity in 2026 is at. Commercial clients that manage buildings like this are completely underserved. The ones that you're gonna land $10,000 projects from are all on LinkedIn, and they're sitting there just waiting for commercial painters to help them paint their buildings. So that's all we gotta do. We just gotta get on LinkedIn, we gotta search them out. So we find the building owner of this certain church, we send them a simple message, show them the problem, how their building is faded, and how we're gonna help them, and then they're gonna hire us to help them with that solution. But does that mean in order to land a commercial building painting project like this, that you're gonna need the skill of picking up a paintbrush and being able to paint this entire building? Well, no. In fact, the first job I landed, I didn't have any skills to paint a commercial building, because really, they just care about 3 important questions. And if you get those right and you understand how to respond to them, that's how you're gonna land $10,000 commercial painting deals. Question 1, comes a project like this, how long is it gonna take you to get it done? They wanna know their scheduling, right? And they're gonna wanna know how long you're gonna be tying areas up so they can put it in their schedule. So if we just take a simple job like this, a small little $10,000 job, we can have that done in 2 days. But you might be thinking, well, what are those 2 days involved? Which brings us to the next question is, what steps or what are you gonna be doing in the process to get this job done in those 2 days? First day, just pressure wash. We gotta make sure it dries because we don't wanna paint over something that's wet, and then we're gonna go through and prep. So we're gonna mask all these areas off, mask windows off, so that we know the windows are covered and that things are protected. And then we're gonna be looking at all the areas that need caulking. So all these siding joints here have caulking, so we gotta check all those. We gotta look around the windows, make sure thing is sealed up nice and tight so no weather, or no rain gets in there rather. And then after that, we're gonna apply 2 coats of paint. And another common question that I get asked by commercial clients is, when can you get started? And again, that comes to scheduling, because they need to schedule their workload, right? They're just not only focusing on contractors, they have their regular job too. So we gotta help them and show them how long or when we're gonna get started. So if you're just starting out, this is your first job, you wanna give yourself a 2-week buffer so that you can get everything lined out and in place. Those are the 3 common questions they're gonna ask you. If you have that, that is the skill. The skill isn't to be able to pick up a paintbrush, because as you can see, I'm not painting this building right now. We hire subcontractors to help us. They're the ones with the skills, and our skill, our focus is on the customer, is being able to find them and help them with the problems. It took me a long time to actually figure that out, because I knew the problems customers have, so I'd get on LinkedIn and send messages. And I would send the same message every other painting guy is doing. Just, hey, John, I'm a local painter in the area. Do you have any painting work available? I provide free estimates. And it never helped me land commercial painting deals. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to step it up. I get on LinkedIn, I find the building owner, and I send them a short video helping them with their problems. And my objective is to get them to reply, but also not be like sales pitch, right? I don't want to sales pitch them. Why? Because I want them to reply. I want it to be like this conversational piece. So the skill is to have that perfect message. So let me show you the exact message I sent this commercial client, which landed me this $10,000 job. And it went like this. Hey John, the reason for this message is I notice a lot of building owners deal with fading paint consistently all the time in this area because of all the sun that we get. And so what I do is we come in after hours so we don't disrupt all your customers, and we get the job done according to your schedule. And we do that, and it's gonna last you another 10 or 15 years, so you never have to worry about it. But I am curious, how are you handling your painting building needs right now? That's it, it's that simple. You always wanna keep those messages under 40, 45 seconds. I just find anything over a minute, people just don't reply to. They're busy, so we gotta send a quick message to them. Again, we're bringing up their problems, how we help them. And then thirdly, is we're trying to get them to respond. So that's where that question comes in. But the thing is, you can send the perfect message, but the commercial client's gonna look you up. So it's important that you also make yourself stand out from everybody else online. When I first started my commercial painting business, I remember I met with a couple guys at the painting store one day, and they were talking about how work was so slow and that their painting business was kind of just dragging by. And as I drove home that night, I remember thinking like, man, what are they doing wrong? What's something that I can kind of step it up and do something better so I don't have to worry about that type of stuff all the time. And so when I got home, I looked them up online, and that was the big problem, is that they were completely hidden. Like there was like no website. I couldn't really find their business anywhere. They had a Google business page, but that was it. So the way that you're gonna land your first $10,000 commercial painting deal is be prepared when the commercial client looks you up online. And there are 3 areas that you have to get right for this to work. Number 1 is get a website. Make sure that you look legit online to them. This is really easy to do. You can get a free website. Also, like I think Wix is 15 bucks a month. That is an easy investment to do. They have templates, so it's really easy to build something to gain trust. Number 2, update your LinkedIn profile. If you're gonna be sending messages to them on LinkedIn, you need to update your LinkedIn profile. So that's just like your headline, your about section. Just make sure you look legit. You know, put an orange vest on with the t-shirt and put a nice professional photo. That's gonna stand out from everybody. And then thirdly is, this changes obviously state to state, is your contractor license. You know, I work in 2 different states, and each one requires something a little different. One state I have to like do a big test, and then the other state it's just I fill out an application and I get money, but I'm a legit contractor after I do that. And the commercial client is gonna look at that. Those 3 things puts you far above everyone else out there, and that's how you're gonna consistently keep landing high-value commercial painting jobs. This next step has completely changed how I bid all my commercial painting jobs. I'd show up the first day to meet the commercial client at a job like this, and my confidence dropped because I really didn't know how to show the commercial client exactly what was wrong with the building and how we were going to fix it. Their expectation is that you're going to show up and they're going to want to know that you know about their building, even though you're not here all the time and they are. But you still got to point those areas out. So always start from the top down. You're looking at all the trim work, all the siding, any areas where there's peeling paint, faded paint, you want to point those areas out to them immediately so that you can share your knowledge with them and show them this is what's wrong, this is how we're going to fix it. But here's the thing, it took me a long time to figure that out. So what I did is I built a tool, an AI tool, that can read and interpret the information that I give it. So what I do is a building like this, before I show up to ever meet the client, I go to Google Maps, or I can go to their website and they have pictures of the building. I can take a snapshot of that and I can give it to my AI tool, and it immediately gives me feedback on it and says, hey, this is the areas you need to look at. Like for this building, it would say, hey, look at the top trim board, start at the top, work yourself the way down, see if there's any peeling paint. Then look at the walls. Is there any algae? Is there any spots that are faded? You need to point those out. So now I don't miss those things because I just take a picture of this, I upload it, and it immediately tells me what to do. And I use it all the time. So the AI tool that I actually built is very powerful, especially for beginners starting out. Just gonna give you a lot more confidence. So I'm gonna put a link in the description for you to download it. It's completely free. And now you can show up to the bid walk even before. Just start learning about these commercial buildings and the expectations so you know what to talk about when you show up to do bid walks like this. And if you wanna see all the AI tools that I'm using, go watch this video where I'll break down the 5 different tools that I'm using that has completely changed the commercial painting business for everyone. I hope it helps you, and thank you very much for your time.